Another piece that didn't make the cut into the sermon last Sunday was about the quality of questions that we were just talking about. That if we ask shallow questions, we might end up living a shallow life. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, this was like a thought I was working on as I was doing the sermon, and I just didn't have space for it, and I also didn't know if it quite fit my overall flow. But I think Rick Warren in that quote talks about the quality of questions you ask yourself and the quality of questions you ask others. And so I think it's one thing if I live my life asking either myself or others, how can I get rich? Like there's answers to that, and like you can learn those answers, and that. And maybe, they're probably helpful. But it's like, are those the sort of questions you want to dedicate your life to, right? Or how can I stay fit? Which again, is good, stay healthy. Like those are good. But if that's where my questions about life end, what products should I buy? If all I do is just read consumer reports, like, dude, it's just going to be a shallow kind of life. Now, again, you may know some more practical things than frankly, some goober like I do, but like, is that really what you want to like have your life be reduced to, is these sort of shallow questions? And so I think, man, if we spend our life asking these bigger questions, deeper questions, what's true, what's good, what's beautiful, is there a God, is there purpose to life? If I'm willing to ask and answer those questions of myself, man, that's going to move me into a deeper way of living and a deeper posture in this world. And so, again, I think those are the sort of questions Jesus asks us. And those are definitely the questions I want people to ask themselves and wrestle with, because I think that's actually where true depth of life is found.
And that makes me think of, we just need, I think, also to be prepared for what that answer might be. You think of the story of the rich man who comes to Jesus, asks him a question, and doesn't like what he hears.
Yeah, totally. And it's interesting. You mentioned that I gave some of the context for the sermon we covered with the blind beggar being healed. But actually the context I gave was from Mark 10. Luke's context is a little bit different. And the story that occurs before the blind beggar is the story of the rich man in Luke 18 coming to Jesus and asking him, what can I do to inherit eternal life? And Jesus tells me, sell all you have and give it to the poor. And the guy can't do it. He doesn't like the answer that he hears, right? And I think that's
the
right.
question, but doesn't like the answer.
Right.